What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Adam back at you again. Remember, give me the thumbs up right away. Don't even watch. Don't even make up your mind whether you like the video or not. Just thumbs up, and subscribe, all that stuff. All right, there's the plug for that. Live stream Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. No commercial during the live stream. It's just a party. You're all invited. But if you're a troll and you're a douchebag, you're going to get booted. You're going to get put in timeout. But when you get put in timeout in the live stream, it's out. You're done. So you don't get to come back. So keep that in mind. If you're the guy that makes 25 different YouTube accounts every week so that you can come leave one dumbass comment and get kicked off, you're gonna be working really hard this week. So you're gonna have to make 50 fake accounts. Adam@litgood.com, shop.litgood.com for the photography store, donate.litgood.com. You want to throw a couple bones in a digital chicken bucket, blah 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 blah. There's the plugs. All the social media links and all that crap are in the thing below. There, under 2 minutes. So today, it is July 22nd, and so I'm trying to my challenge these days is time. How do I juggle everything I have to do and get it all done when I have no energy and I'm running out of time? So Tuesday, I don't have a lot of energy. I'm recovering from the bakery job and the cycling involved. So I'm decided Tuesday's laundry day. I was doing laundry on Friday, and it doesn't make any sense because it takes time out of my day on the day that I have pretty much the most energy. So get the stuff like that done, like these chores and stuff, on the day where I'm not feeling it. And it actually put some more pep in my step to get up and do physical things, but not really bust my ass. Just, getting the laundry's all washed. So far, the new washing machine's working out. It's only, this is the second time I've done laundry with it. We'll see how it goes. Using a fan, I'm hanging up a clothesline in the other room and just zigzagging it across my wire shelving and putting the fan in front of it and just it's drying. Clothes are drying pretty fast. My first pair of jeans were almost dry before I even finished washing all the clothes. Jeans, that's the longest, those take the longest to dry. I'll occasionally go over there now that everything is hung up, everything that wasn't already dry. And I'll just go there, flip things, move them around, bounce things around on the line, just trying to get the airflow maximized and all that. And but from here out, the next thing I'm going to do to optimize my laundry time is, before I load the laundry, I'm going to lay it all out on the floor in piles. The stuff that takes the longest to dry is going to get washed first. And then the stuff, my synthetic cycling shirts and things like that dry almost instantaneously, I'll wash those at the end, because then everything will be dry together. Get the most drying time on the stuff that takes a long time. So this time I just dumped everything in, didn't care about that. And then I had to do one extra load of almost nothing, just 1 day's worth of outfits, because I forgot to take the ammonia and cat pee smelling clothes out of my cycling backpack, and they had been sitting there all night since I got home last night from the bakery. So they've been sitting in there stewing in their own filth for 12, 16 hours. When you open up that thing, it smelled like a cat was in there peeing all over the backpack. It was so bad. I gotta get some Febreze up in there, get that, cover up that smell, because the landlord were to come over today, when I opened up that backpack, he'd think I was hiding a cat somewhere. So, gotta take care of that. So I'm just kind of doing random things while I recorded a couple videos this morning. I did some other stuff. When I'm doing the laundry, I'm vacuuming the floor, I'm doing other things. I'm working on this YouTube channel. I pushed a bunch of videos up to upload, organized a bunch of files, just kind of like things I can do while I'm running back and forth to the laundry, doing that. 15 minutes, okay, go do this, go back, do that, this, that, and the other thing. So my goal now is to use Tuesday to try and queue up at least 7 videos for the week on YouTube, so that I can make sure that all the way till next Tuesday there's a video sitting there ready, scheduled and ready to launch. That way I only have to do this once a week, and you'll be able to watch a video every day. And I'm just going to try and make it so that the content of those videos is not, it's timeless. You can watch it, it's timeless. You can watch it forever. You can re-watch the video 100 times and always learn something new. It's like Star Wars. You can watch it over and over again, and you'll always find a little Easter egg or something new. So watch these videos. Watch them. Just spend your whole day watching these videos like I spend watching the Tour de France, right? 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day. Speaking of Star Wars, May the 4th be with you. Turns out, when I was looking for a place to live, I was talking about that garage apartment. That garage apartment that I was all about moving into. I wanted it so bad for a minute. I looked at it on May 4th. The reason why I know this is because I went to Facebook Marketplace. I had some videos uploading to YouTube. I had some other things going on. The washing machine was running. So I went to Facebook Marketplace to go to my saved items like I do once in a while and purge everything that's been sold, so that it just disappears. And it's just like an organizational thing. So I noticed not only has that garage apartment not been rented out, it's still available, but they put up new photos and the ads were refreshed again. Supposedly he told me he's got 2 kids and they both post an ad for the apartment on Facebook Marketplace. And both of these ads have been updated with new photos again and refreshed again so that they show up higher up in the search results or whatever. It's July 22nd. I went and looked at that place on May 4th. May 4th. I had to look this up out of my own curiosity. May 4th was the day I said, hey, I'll go get you a check right now. I'll go get you some money right now if you want to hold this place and let me move in on June 1st. May 4th. And then this guy jerked me around until May 15th. So, well, I'll let you know next weekend. I've got a couple people coming to look at the place. I'll let you know what I did. And then, I've got a couple more people coming. I'm going to make my final decision on Saturday. And then Saturday gets here. I got some people coming to look at it on Monday. I'll let you know. Wednesday, I'm definitely making up my mind. And then he said something about like, well, I got some more people coming on Wednesday, so Thursday, my decision's going to be final on Thursday. And then Thursday was the 15th of May, and I was like, fuck you, dude, I'm done. I didn't tell him to go fuck him. I wasn't rude to him, I just ghosted him. Like, for crying out loud, dude. 2 weeks I sat there, well, from the 4th to the 15th, so for 11 days, I was like, I'll pay. Take my money, take my money, take my money, take my money. Yeah, and then, yeah. All right, on the 15th, I was like, fuck this, I can't do this. I'm not doing this one more day. He jerked me around like 3 or 4 times. And then finally I was like, fuck off, dude. It was April 15th, and I sent the guy an email for this place. Because I had looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd looked at like 6 or 7 places, maybe 5. Between 5 and 7 places I looked at. And for one reason or another, I liked other places better than the one I'm in right now. But for whatever reason, it wouldn't work because either the internet or some other reason. And the garage apartment was one of the ones I really wanted. Dude was just like completely unresponsive, jerking me around. So, you know, I looked at this place first, and I looked at this place on April 15th. I looked at this place on April 15th. So it was exactly a month later when I texted this guy, I'll move in. I'll do it at the end of the month. Exactly 1 month. I think that's kind of funny. But I didn't want to go past the 15th of May without a new place to live. Just wasn't going to happen. It was the first place I looked at after my slumlord threatened me on April 3rd. And it was April 15th that I looked at this place. So between the 3rd and the 15th, I was just lining places up and doing my homework. But then between the 15th and the end of the month, I was just banging them. I was going from one place to the next, to the next, to the next. Going on an 80-mile bike ride, a 60-mile bike ride, a 30-mile bike ride here. Had them all lined, yeah. So I wanted to find a better place than where I am right now. This isn't a bad place. I like it here now. I like it more than when I moved in spite of whatever problems I have here. It's a solid upgrade compared to the tool shed. But this guy, this landlord, 2 months later, it's been more than 2 months since I looked at that place and was falling over myself. Like, dude, May, June, July, 2.5 months, 2.5 months after I looked at the place and was like, here's my money. And he still won't rent it to anybody. And I guarantee you a bunch of people have come to look at that place, and I guarantee you that he has jerked around probably a dozen people by now. Like, I want to flag his ad on Facebook. You can flag somebody's ad for not willing to sell their product, like they're just jerking. Like, you can flag people for jerking you around. I could possibly make the ads disappear. If enough people flag that ad that he jerked around, I could make the ads disappear. But that's not something I give a fuck about. I didn't even flag the guy's ad from the tool shed, that fucking douchebag slumlord, and his ad got flagged and taken off of Craigslist. I bookmarked it because I just was curious. Is this guy ever going to be able to rent this place? And let's just take a quick look. Take a quick look and see. Because the ad got flagged and taken down. And it never came back up. And I just did the search for it. It's still not showing up. So he may have rented it out. I feel like he would have posted the ad again if he didn't. Who knows what happened with him? Don't care. But it just, now that I saw that this garage apartment is still available, like, I swear to God, I'm gonna be looking at this ad until, like, I bet January it'll still be vacant. Like, what the fuck, dude? His kids are probably getting sick and tired of answering all the responses to the ads that they keep posting month after month after month after month. I don't know how long the thing was listed when I found it. Fuck, I don't know, man. So, but speaking of energy and just getting my health in check better, I've done this before. I don't like the app. I'm not going to pay for it. And I talked already about MyFitnessPal. I use Garmin Connect. Primarily, I use Strava for fitness tracking. But that's for like GPS-based things, but that's generally what I do. I like to go hiking, biking. I don't run. Swimming, canoeing, kayak, rollerblading. I would do inline skating if I had them and if I had a place to go. Skiing, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing. All of those can be tracked with a GPS. And Strava is good for all of those. There are better ski apps that will use your GPS data and break down your ski day. That are specifically for that. Downhill skiing specifically, they'll take out the chair lifts and tell you how many times you went down each run and all that kind of crap. But cross-country skiing, Strava's fine for that. I even used Strava to track riding around Pittsburgh on a pedaling bicycle bar with 20 friends from work while we got fucking lit. Driving around town on a fucking pedaling bar. going to all the bars. I mean, we could have probably come up with better shit to do since we were on a bar. Why are we on a bar going to the bars? Whatever at this point. I worked in the ad agency. That's what you do. You get drunk, you get high, you make ads. That's pretty much it. Watch the TV show Mad Men. If you want to know what it's like to work in an ad agency, they fucking nailed it. Nailed that shit. So, my Fitness Pal, I just figured I need to count the calories I'm eating, because I just need to know, I'm not losing weight, and I know why, because I eat a lot. So, it's pretty fucking basic. If you're gaining weight and you're not losing weight, it's because you eat more than you burn. That's the math. None of this keto, I'm on the keto diet, now I'm on the plantation diet, now I'm on the Atkins diet. No, that's the wrong diet. I'm on this diet, and I'm a vegan now, and just whatever the fuck. You can get fat eating vegetables. You can get fat. I mean, vegans are typically like skin and bone because it's hard to get fat but believe me, you eat enough. I don't even know what the vegans can eat. I tried to order pizza with a fucking vegan once. It was like, Jesus fuck, just hold out your hands and I'll dump some spaghetti sauce and you can just go like that. I mean, that's about as that's the only thing you can eat, right? So, but you drink enough spaghetti sauce as a vegan, you can make yourself get fat. Can you eat peanuts? If you can eat peanuts, I got a fucking little thing of macadamia nuts and I ate the whole thing. Just a small little container of macadamias while I was snacking during the day. And then I'm like, holy shit, that was like 2,000 calories. Nuts. Macadamia nuts. Who would have known? Holy shit. So yeah, you can get fat if you're a vegan, if you eat the right stuff. But it's not as easy I am on the cheeseburger and cookie diet. It's a lot easier to gain weight when you eat cheeseburgers, pizza, cookies. What's the other? There are 4 food groups: cheeseburgers, pizzas, cookies, cheesecake. Those are my 4 food groups right now, and it's easy to get fat. So, but I just decided, I'm like, maybe I can just figure out how many cheeseburgers I can eat before I need to stop by tracking it in this app. And so I've done this in the past, and it does help. I don't have to do it like religiously or like every single day of my life, but it'll just kind of be like yesterday I was feeling a little bit tight in the waist, and I rode my bike, but when I came home at some point, I got hungry in the evening. I had some cheese and crackers, ham and cheese and crackers. But I was feeling like, whoa, it turns out I ate yesterday, I'm just gonna say it, fuck it, I ate like 4,000 something calories. But turns out I burned about 2,000 calories riding my bike to the bakery and back. And that's just the 50 miles of bicycling. In the morning, Garmin said you burned about 900 calories, but in the afternoon on the way home, I rode harder. My heart rate was in zone 3 for 60-70% of the ride. On my morning ride, my heart rate was zone 2 for like the whole bike ride. I think I dipped into zone 3, I think, when the Buffalo Bills guy came riding by on his bike. The guy with the Buffalo Bills jersey. If that was that might not have even been the same day, honestly. I don't even remember anymore. But something made my heart rate go up for like a minute. Otherwise, I was just cruising. But my ride home, I was banging it. I was in zone 3, most of 3/4 of the ride. 60%, close enough. 62 something percent. But burned, so that was like 1,200 calories burned instead of 900. So 2,000 calories burned just from the bike. I have no idea what I burned at the bakery, especially on Monday when I'm doing all the fucking stock and lifting the 50-pound bags of flour and sugar and all the other stuff. That's some calories burned right there that I'm not tracking. Because I can't wear this. I can't wear my fitness tracker. Because you can't wear a watch when you work with food. I mean, some people probably do. It's legally you're not supposed to. Just all the little nooks and crannies can trap your germs, and even if you're wearing gloves, I mean, it's gonna get in the way too. It's not. I need my hands free for that job. Sometimes when I'm sitting at a computer, I don't like to wear a wrist or have a watch on. This watch is pretty unobtrusive. It doesn't really bother me because it's thin. But I've had, like, my watch that I wore when I was homeless, that big fat Casio shot, top of the line Casio G-Shock, whatever the hell watch that I used to wear. That I'd have to take that off to sit in front of a computer. It was too bulky to make it comfortable. So if I want to track what I'm doing at the bakery, I got to get a heart strap to go across my chest with a heart rate monitor. If I want to track my steps and all the activity like this, a Garmin chest strap device, it's about $120. Now, if I want to only track my heart rate and I don't want to track the steps and all of that, if I just want to track the heart rate only band is about $30 to $40. Garmin, or you can get an off-brand that will work with Garmin Connect with your phone and synchronize. But it will also, even the cheap ones with ANT, that broadcast an ANT signal, they will work with Strava and some of the other apps that I track my stuff with, and an ANT heart rate monitor will work on my dashboard mounted GPS on the Silver Bullet bicycle. And even some older cycle computers can tap into that and show you your heart rate while you're riding. I don't think that the cycle computer that I have on the Red Rocket is a little older. It's wireless, but it's older. It's a Cat-Eye micro wireless. I don't think that can connect to a heart rate monitor and give you your readout as you're riding. But I could have it showing on the phone screen. I could have Strava showing me my heart rate in real time as I ride. Plus this thing I can just go bop bop when I'm riding and it'll tell me my heart rate while I'm riding, but I have to actually do that. And on the Silver Bullet, I can have a display where it's showing me my heart rate as I ride. But anyway, a chest strap, $30 up to $120, depending on how much I want to, how invested I am in that, would allow me to track my fitness that I'm gaining from the bakery. Even the $30 one that tracks just your heart rate and broadcasts it to your phone or whatever. And these devices will store the data to a degree. I would probably get the Garmin one brand. I don't know if I want to get like Happy Sun brand from China Mart or whatever, or the, Great Ride or whatever, the Great Wall band the China brand. Even though they say they work with the apps, but I think I'll just go with Garmin. The cheapest Garmins are like $40 ish that only track your heart rate. Battery, they take a watch battery, a dime, one of those, button cell batteries. You get like 3 years out of one. So I could wear one of those at the bakery and at least track my heart rate. And if I really wanted to go all in on this, $120, maybe I could find a deal on Facebook Marketplace. But then it's like, you really want to wear a heart rate monitor strap on your bare chest that was on somebody else's bare chest for a while? And I don't know about that. So it's like buying used underwear, or even worse, getting a used thong. It's like, well, you know what I mean? It might be the little dental floss part of the thong might be a little bit brown colored in the middle of the, you know what I mean? Like, you want to buy used thong? It's kind of like the same concept. So I don't know. I'll probably just stick with something new. Go with the cheap one. See what it does. And if I really like, wow, this is fucking awesome, then someday get the better one. So Strava, I use Strava to track my bike rides, but I'm using MyFitnessPal to track the food. And the reason why is because MyFitnessPal has a massive food database. There's pretty much nothing you can eat that you can't just go to MyFitnessPal. Oh, there it is. Bop. There's how many calories it was. Done. Anything. You can take all the ingredients that you use to make something and add them up in MyFitnessPal and then call it something like a meal, and then just add that when you do it again. You can make it as complicated or as easy as you want. And so just, being able to track my entire fitness for the whole day. I would like to know, like on Monday when I'm doing all that crap, how many calories do I burn at that job? Can a heart rate only monitor tell me how many calories I'm burning just from the heart rate going up and down? I don't know. And does the step counter play into that? I don't really know. But anyway, I know that I can eat, depending on who you ask and what app you use, I can eat 2,000 to 2,500 calories per day on a day where I'm doing absolutely nothing like today, and still lose weight. That's about if I eat below 2,500 a day, I'll lose weight by doing nothing but eating less than I burn. But on bakery day on Monday, that's 4,500 calories that I'm allowed to eat without gaining weight, because I got 2,000 out of the bike ride, and then I get 2,500 as the base. So that's 4,500 that I'm allowed to do. But that doesn't count the 8 hours at the bakery when my thing is not on my wrist. I don't know what I'm burning there. That could be another 1,000. And so I ate about 4,500 calories on Monday, when you consider I had breakfast at Chick-fil-A. That's about 1,000 calories. It doesn't take much, Chick-fil-A, to give you 1,000 calories. Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits and some hash browns, bang, 1,000 calories right there, right off the rip. And then I had 1,000 calorie cheesecake for lunch, so boom, 2,000. That's a day's worth right there. Then I came home, I drank some lemonade. I had cheese and crackers and ham. By the time it was all said and done, I racked up 4,500 calories. I think 4,400. I was like 100 below the line when it was all said and done. I ate 100 less than I burned. On bicycle rides where I'm riding 80 miles, 100 miles in a day, there's times I've gone on bicycle rides where estimated I burned 12,000 calories that day. If you burn 12,000 calories in a day, day after day, you're going to lose some fucking weight, and it's going to be fast. You can't eat 12,000 calories in a day. You'd probably die. There's no way I could eat 12,000 calories in a single day. I don't know how you would even do it. 12 cheesecakes. 12 of these cheesecakes that we make at the bakery. If I could wolf down 12 of those things in a day, that would do it. No, it wouldn't even do it because they're like 9. I'd have to eat 13 of them to get over the 12,000. 13 fucking cheesecakes in a day. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to track and be more serious about my fitness. If I want to be fitness, all food in my mouth. I gotta track my fitness so I can fitness food in my mouth. That's basically what it is. I want to see how much food I can fit in my mouth based on how much I work out, and balance it out so I can eat what I want to eat. And so Strava, track my miles there. They got this thing called flybys. So you have to be on the web browser. It doesn't work on the app. But you can click on your ride and you can see all the people that you crossed paths with on your ride. Kind of like a Strava stalker. So, and they have to have the app as well, and they have to have the app turned on, and they have to have their privacy settings to allow you to see it, all that stuff. But I do see people that I cross paths with. So, like, I crossed paths with this guy on a tricycle twice at the same place on the bike trail at the same time 2 days in a row on Saturday and Monday. Crossed paths at the same spot. If he had Strava turned on in privacy settings, I'd figure out I'd know who he was. And I'd see where he went and all that. He didn't show up on the flyby, but the guy that I talked about in a previous video who was wearing the Buffalo Bills jersey, he showed up on the flyby. So we started in the same neighborhood and we were going like the same speed, and he was just behind me and he was slowly catching up to me, but I was going pretty fast at the beginning of that ride. But there was a point in the ride where I slowed down just a little bit and was chilling, and he came up and he passed me. But then the flyby shows that he went right past, like we were basically together, and then he stopped at the end of the parking lot, at the end of the bike trail, and I passed him. I'm like, hey, go Bills, and then I left on my merry way to work, and then he turned around and went all the way back the way he came. And I could see his entire ride, and if he wanted to look at the flybys, he would see my ride. But then he had his Strava set to request to follow instead of just follow, because I'm just like, I figured I'd follow people that I run into on the bike trail, even if it's a what's up, as we go by or whatever. Just out of curiosity, I'm just curious how many people I run into over and over on these rides. And but if somebody has their shit set to request to follow, I'm not creeping on it. I'm not doing that. It's like, that'd be like hitting the button to request to follow some random girl at work or whatever on her Instagram or her OnlyFans or whatever the hell, and then it's going to be awkward the next time you go into work and you have to work with whoever it was that you creeped on. Forget it. Don't need that. So speaking of the bicycling, Strava, all that, I'm watching the Tour de France. I'm going to watch some more when I get done with this video. Take a break. Let me look here. All my videos, okay, a batch of videos went live, so they're all up there. So I've got 4 videos queued up. One went live today. Perfect. So today is Tuesday, so I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday ready. Not ready, but the videos are uploaded. And I just have to add the metadata and schedule them. I need 3 more I may have 4 or 5 more I can upload. And that will give me 7 days worth of videos. In fact, if I can just cut down, like if I get on a long-winded topic, I could break it up into 3 videos. I'm just gonna try and strategize. As George Bush would say, you know, strategery is important, and I'm gonna strategize to try and just maybe do videos 1 day a week. Or, you know, maybe if I'm bored, I want to sit on the bike trail and do one for y'all or whatever. Just make it so that I can queue up a week's worth of videos on Tuesday and then not touch my YouTube channel except for the live stream until next Tuesday. Laundry, video uploads, things like that are good to do on Tuesday. And then I get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to dig into something deep. So back to the Tour de France. I'm watching stage 10. I think today was stage 16. I'm still on stage 10, and my commentary is just as long as the damn race was that day. I'm continuing it. You're not getting the up-to-date Tour de France, live, up-to-date, fresh coverage that you'll get from Phil Liggett and Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong is now a commentator on NBC. He's got his own show. So yeah, don't tell me cheaters never win. He's getting millions of dollars to do cycling commentary. Just like Tom Brady is doing football commentary now to make millions of dollars because he doesn't play football anymore. Tell me the cheaters never win when Lance Armstrong is still making millions of dollars because he cheated to win the Tour de France 7 years in a row. Keep telling me that. Keep telling me, oh, cheaters never win. Bullshit. So anyway, speaking of Tour de France, stage 10. There's a breakaway. It's a hilly stage. It's the first mountain stage. So there's like this 10-day long build-up, day after day, until the mountains are where the Tour de France is won and lost, more often than not. It separates the wheat from the chaff, big time. And this guy from America, he's got a big American flag jersey. You can't miss this fucking guy at all. You see him, you can see the group of 120 riders all at once, and you're like, there's Metallica dude right there. You can pick him right out. The dude looks like, his name is Quinn Simmons, U.S. national champion. He looks like he was a roadie for Metallica, and then he took a vacation to go ride in the Tour de France, and then he'll be back on tour with the band when he's done. He looks more like Metallica than Metallica does anymore. Metallica, they went and got haircuts. They're all like clean cut, shaved. They look like, you know, modern, they look like corporate America now. And this dude looks like fucking Metallica. He don't even give a fuck. He did the time trial with this big mane of hair blowing in the fucking breeze like he's Fabio or some shit. And all these other riders have these aerodynamic helmets, and all they look like they either look like Dark Helmet from the movie Spaceballs, or they look like they're wearing a penis on their head, straight up. But the guy who won the time trial, Remco Evenepoel, he wore a normal looking helmet and he beat all these motherfuckers handily. So you don't need them. I wonder if you're going to see the penis helmets next year, because all these people are going to be like, look, you made me look like a complete fucking idiot wearing this dark helmet from Spaceballs ensemble, and look at he wore a normal fucking helmet and he won. I'm not wearing this fucking retarded shit anymore. I'm not going down the road looking like a penis on wheels. Get out of here. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't. If they brought that helmet out, if I was on the team and they told me that's what you gotta wear, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not wearing that. Go back to the drawing board on that, folks. I'm not wearing it. But anyway, Metallica dude, he was in a breakaway on stage 10. And I am done watching stage 10. My bad. Metallica dude was in a breakaway. And so, anyway, he doesn't even have a team car because one of his teammates had the green jersey, and his teammate is in this group like 20 minutes behind the race with the green jersey sprinters. And so the team car is with him because he's the important guy on the team. So Metallica dude, if he gets a flat tire, he's fucked. He's going to be waiting on the side of the road for like a half hour for the team car to get up to him and give him a fucking wheel change. Or they have like a neutral car that has some wheels and shit on it. They might be able to throw him a bone, get him back in the race. But his team car isn't even following him. And he's up there. He's fucking hammering. This dude's in the front of like every race. He had to get feed bottles and water bottles from other teams. Like... because they're just like, they're leaving him off on his own. This fucking dude, I hope he gets a prize of some kind. I hope he gets some sort of prize because he's busting his ass in this race, and the best he's done so far is second place on a stage. And even Metallica dude was like, nobody remembers second place. Nobody's gonna know my name. He must be a fan of Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. He knows how that works. But like, you never know what you're going to see on the side of the road in the Tour de France. People wearing costumes, people doing all kinds of random shit. A guy on a mountain bike one year jumped over the Tour de France. As the 150 riders were going across, he went down this thing and jumped over the fucking road and landed on the other side of the road on his mountain bike and jumped over the Tour de France. He should have got a fucking jersey for that. He should have got the best stunt in the Tour de France. They should have a contest for that. He won, hands down. But on live television, NBC, and they didn't edit this out for the replay, a whole bunch of guys on the side of the road as the peloton goes by, they turn around and they drop their pants and they moon the bicyclists as they're going by, and the video cameras and all that. So there's a bunch of dudes with their asses hanging out of their pants mooning the camera. You don't see people getting up and mooning. You know, when you get the kiss cam at the Super Bowl, or they zoom in on Taylor Swift or some random people in the crowd, you don't get people going, oh, and mooning the fucking camera. But at the Tour de France, yeah, they'll get like 20 dudes on the side of the road. They'll wait all fucking day for the race to go by. Boom, they're mooning the camera. They couldn't even blur that shit out if they wanted to. The closest thing that we got to people mooning the camera at the Super Bowl was when the camera zoomed in on Taylor Swift and a bunch of people started booing at her when they showed her on the Jumbotron. I mean, that's the biggest reason right there I don't want to see Kansas City in the fucking Super Bowl. I'm sick of seeing Taylor Swift on my TV all the fucking time. And I'm not on my TV, but when I was in prison and they always have TVs on the cell block, every time I'd look at that fucking TV, here's Taylor Swift. Oh, it's Taylor Swift. Oh, it's Taylor Swift again. When they're watching football games, oh, Taylor Swift is at the game today. You could make a fucking drinking game out of watching a Kansas City football game, and every time they show Taylor Swift on the screen, you have to take a shot. You would be fucking wrecked. You might have to be hospitalized for drinking so much fucking alcohol at the end of that game. You won't even be able to fucking walk to bed. You're gonna pass out on the fucking floor if you play that drinking game. So fucking sick of seeing her. She's not even that good looking. She's just kind of weird looking, and like, I don't even know. I don't understand how she got so popular. I just don't, but whatever. I don't understand why people watch the Kardashians either. I don't understand that. Just a bunch of stuck-up cunts running around, going shopping, and bragging about being rich. Wow, that's really fun to watch. Can't wait to see the next episode of that. So at some point, the breakaway on stage 10 was 5 minutes ahead of the peloton, and they only had 32 miles left. And so catching these motherfuckers is going to be hard. Like, now the peloton's done fucked up. I'm a big fan. This dude, Ben Healy, the Irish guy, if he can get to the finish line and either win the stage, if he's 5 minutes ahead of the yellow jersey, Tadej Pogačar, then he's in the yellow jersey for however long he can hold on to it. Good. And he's a guy that nobody even talked about. This dude just came out of nowhere, won one of the stages, and now he's a player. He's a straight up player. Whether he can actually get the yellow jersey, keep the yellow jersey, whatever. This guy Martinez, the French guy in the King of the Mountains, he got 5 more points on another climb. He's way ahead in the King of the Mountains now. He got more points in a single day than all the points, the maximum points that you could collect in the Tour de France leading up to that point. But Ben Healy, he was in that front group. He's a breakaway artist. And Metallica dude was with him. And I was hoping to see Metallica dude get a stage win and Ben Healy get the yellow jersey. My two boys rocking the jerseys. And then you got this French guy, Martinez, on Bastille Day, the day in France where they celebrate beheading the government officials who were doing them wrong. And they have a holiday. We have a holiday in France and America in July where we celebrate killing the people in the out-of-control governments that were oppressing the people. We celebrate that, but if you say something like that on Twitter, be careful, because if you say something like that on Twitter, that we need to depose this government, we need to decapitate government officials, if you were to say something like that, you'll go to federal prison for 2 years. And you'll be in prison during the holiday where we celebrate decapitating and killing the government officials who were oppressing us. So, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, this French guy on Bastille Day in the King of the Mountains, at one point during stage 10, he had 27 points in the King of the Mountains. Now remember, before stage 10 started, the leader of the King of the Mountains had 8 points. This guy Martinez, I don't know if he had any points at all. He accumulated 27 points in a single day. So that's why none of the King of the Mountains points mattered up until this point. In the Pyrenees, for example, there's a mountain coming up, at least for me. They've already done it, but for me, I'm pretending that it hasn't happened yet. There's a mountain in the Pyrenees in the first stage that's worth 40 points for the King of the Mountains jersey. Martinez has 27 points right now. If somebody else gets that one hill, gets to the top first, you get 40 points for that. That's more than the 27. This dude had to climb a bunch of hills to get 27 points. So it builds and it builds and it builds. And it's fun to watch. It's fun. There were 2 climbs left to get King of the Mountain points, and he had 27. Metallica dudes, I don't know. So Metallica dude, his parents showed up for the race. And they showed Metallica dude giving his dad a fist bump on the side of the road as he went by. And when I looked at his dad, I was like, well, that explains everything. His dad's waving this big America flag, and by the looks of his dad, he raised his son to be a fan of heavy metal. For sure. There's no doubt. If you saw this dude's dad, Quinn Simmons probably went to his first Metallica concert when he was 3 years old. That's all. I'm just telling you. You look at the guy's dad, you look at him, you know they've been to a couple Pantera concerts together. That's all I'm going to say. Ben Healy, he took the lead, he got into a very small group. Metallica dude and Ben Healy were riding together for a bit. Healy got 2 points at the top of a King of the Mountains climb, so he's even building up some points there. But the Martinez guy from France, he took a big swipe at that jersey. Made it pretty hard to catch up to him, but there's bigger hills to come. Metallica dude and Ben Healy were riding together going 52 miles an hour on a downhill at some point after they crested over the hill. They were showing the speed on the TV. They were going 52 miles an hour down the other side of the mountain. The drivers and the motorcycles and the camera people that follow the race, do you know how hard it is to drive down those mountain roads at 52 miles an hour going down those hills so that the bike racers don't catch up to you? I've been on the Blue Ridge Parkway a number of times. It's scary to drive the speed limit on the Blue Ridge Parkway sometimes. The speed limit's 35 miles an hour, the whole length. Going 52 miles an hour on the Blue Ridge Parkway would be scary as fuck in the right vehicle. Like in a two-door Jeep Wrangler, you're going to feel like you're going to roll over and go off the fucking edge of a cliff. So these bikers, the motorcycles, the team cars, they all got to go flying down these mountain roads at like 50, 60 miles an hour just to keep up with the bicyclists. It's easier on a bicycle to go that fast down those roads because you can take corners a lot tighter than a car. But 52 miles an hour on the opposite side of a mountain. It got to the point where the front group only 11 riders could hang out with Ben Healy and the gang, and Ben Healy was still looking like he was going to be in the yellow jersey. And then for the last climb, they climbed the mountain going 20 miles an hour. My average speed on the flats here in Houston is 15 most days going to and from the bakery, and I gotta struggle to get my average up to like 18 miles an hour. These guys went up the last mountain of a 110-mile race where they climbed mountain after mountain after mountain after mountain after mountain, 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet, over and over and over again, all fucking day long, and they're going 20 miles an hour up the last mountain climb. And Ben Healy, the lead group is like 5 minutes ahead of the main group. They got 6 minutes ahead at some point. The finish elevation, I think it was 6,184 feet. Just for comparison, the Tour de France is 2,700 miles of cycling. The elevation gain is 172,244 feet of elevation gain climbing. So do some live math here. Mount Everest is something like 21,000 feet above sea level. So these guys, during the course of the Tour de France, they go from sea level to the top of Mount Everest 8 times. They climb the height of Mount Everest on a bicycle 8 times in 21 days. Mount Everest on a bicycle 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're done. About 16 miles from the finish line, Metallica dude, he gets up, he makes his move, and somebody mooned him. Somebody on the fucking, it was like full moon day it was a full moon in France that day. As he makes his move, someone pulls down their pants and moons him as he's going by. Look at my bum. And then, but Metallica dude burned out. He got caught. But because he took and made his move, he thinned the herd. So now the lead group in the front of the race that day had 6 riders, and only 6 people could do it that fast. Even Martinez, the guy who got all those King of the Mountains points, he got ditched. He got dropped. He couldn't keep up anymore. He was like 40 seconds back behind them when Metallica dude got caught. But he made so many points that he could limp to the finish line and put on the polka dot jersey at the end of the day, just like his grandfather used to wear. So he's good. Green jersey, the sprinters, 24 minutes behind. 24 minutes behind now. Now, the 2 contenders, Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard, I don't know how to say it. They were basically playing a little bit of cat and mouse all day, but they weren't really trying to beat each other up. And but about 25K from the finish line, 25 kilometers, they got on it. And it basically became a battle between those 2 riding each other's wheel. And they dropped a bunch of people, and it was just those 2, the 2 Tour favorites, duking it out with each other, seeing if they could make each other break. And neither one of them could crack each other, so they just gave up. So the yellow, when that all got back together, the yellow jersey group was 12 riders. So you had 6 people up front, Ben Healy, Metallica dude, and some others. And then I think Metallica dude fell back because there was a chase group in the middle. So you had 6 riders at the front competing now for the stage win. And Ben Healy's he's like, fuck, I can get the yellow jersey if I hammer down. You got a group of 8 riders a little ways back, and then you've got 12 riders that are the yellow jersey group and all the Tour favorites to win. And they're like 6 minutes behind the leaders. I was thinking about another way that you could cheat. The bikers, they throw their water bottles onto the side of the road when they're done. Like, there's no eco-friendly. The Tour de France is not eco-friendly tree hut. They don't give a fuck about the trees or any of that bullshit. They finish drinking their water bottle, they're just like, toss it. They toss it to the side of the road. Don't fucking care. Littering's fine. But a lot of people like to grab those water bottles as a souvenir. And especially if you can remember who threw the water bottle at you, that's even cooler. If you got a water bottle thrown at you from the Tour de France winner and you're holding that thing, what if you could take the DNA off of that bottle and create a baby from it? Like, with all the technology that we have and the cloning and the what do you call it, where they artificial insemination and the Octomom stuff and all the different things. What if you could take the DNA from the winner of the Tour de France by getting a water bottle, get that DNA off of it, and use it to make a baby, and then train that baby from as soon as that toddler is walking, you get them a balance bike, you get them into bike racing when they're like 5 years old, and you just train that baby. And maybe that baby can grow up to win the Tour de France and buy you a house. When your baby grows up to be rich, wins the Tour de France, has millions of dollars like Lance Armstrong, and then maybe your baby can turn around and buy you a house, buy you some things, put money in the bank. You don't gotta work no more. So that's kind of a backwards way of cheating, in a sense. Just make a clone of one of the riders that wins the Tour by taking the DNA from the bottle. On the second to the last climb is when Metallica dude got dropped. But that Ben Healy dude, fuck, he was grinding away. He was in the lead. They were making him, the other people riding with him were just making him do all the work and riding on his back wheel. Because they were just sitting on his back wheel wanting to be the winner of the stage. But Healy was like, I need to get a certain amount of time to get my yellow jersey on. And so, and the next time trial is a hill climb time trial. It's not a regular flat time trial with all the penis helmets and the aerodynamic stuff. They're just climbing a steep ass mountain as a time trial. So they're going to need a really light bike and a really light helmet, and they're going to basically, like, they're fighting, they're going against the clock one at a time up a mountain. So Ben Healy might, I mean, you put him in a yellow jersey, he might keep that shit. It's hard to say. People aren't giving him a chance in hell. That's why I want him to win. Because I would love to see all the cycling experts get it wrong. That would be really fucking hysterical. So, by the time the race wasn't even over and the green jersey sprinters were 26 minutes behind the leader, but they can't eliminate them. There is a time limit. You have to be across the finish line a certain amount of time after the first people go across, or you get swept up by a special van like a bus, and they pick you up and they tell you that you're disqualified, you didn't keep up. And but the green jersey and all them are so far back, they're like, we can't eliminate them, because then there won't be any green jersey sprinters in the race anymore, and we're gonna have to give the green jersey to someone who doesn't deserve it. And so I don't know, like, I think the cutoff is like 40 minutes though. I think that, like, you have to be pretty damn far back. 40 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be different every day. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to look up the rules on that to figure out, like, how that works, because I don't really exactly know. Ben Healy was 6 minutes ahead of the yellow jersey contenders, and Metallica Dude was 2 minutes behind him. So Metallica Dude, he blew out. He couldn't do it. Ben Healy, because he was so far ahead, he got 5 more points on the polka dot jersey contest, but, you know, he had 14 points in the polka dot jersey at that point compared to the French guy with 27. So he's still got a ways to go. And then right on the last climb with 3 kilometers to go, Ben Healy got dropped by the people who were riding his back wheel the whole time. And this dude, Simon Yates, who's on the same team as the contender Vingegaard, he broke the whole group apart going up the last hill. So that group of 6 riders, it was just blown apart, and it was every man for themselves going up that last hill. And Metallica Dude got dropped by the peloton. They caught the people that were 6 minutes behind. Metallica Dude fell apart so bad that even though he was up front the whole race, he got dropped by the peloton. They passed him. So he finished, I don't even know where he was at the end of the day. He was gone. Like, I think he high-fived his dad, and he's like, he was trying so hard that he blew himself out. He wanted to do it for dad, and who could blame him? And then I think he overshot. He blew his load way too early, and he couldn't keep up with anybody at that point. And but Simon Yates, who won the Giro d'Italia, which is the Tour of Italy, he got the stage win. And Ben Healy crossed the line somewhere after. And he needed to be 3 minutes and 55 seconds ahead of the yellow jersey to get it. And on the very last hill, now, the yellow jersey contenders were 6 minutes behind, but on the last hill, Tadej and Vingegaard start duking it out, and so it's one-on-one. They're both going at it, trying to make the other person break so that they can gain time on the other. And they just duked it out all the way to the top of the hill, and they finished together, side by side, no time loss. They high-fived each other, so I mean, there's good sportsmanship there. These are the 2 rivals in the Tour. And they're like, they crossed the line together after trying to beat the shit out of each other. And they're like, good ride, man, good ride. And so that's cool, you know, good sportsmanship and all that. But Healy, they crossed the line 10 seconds too late, and Ben Healy ended up with the yellow jersey. Boom, the guy from Ireland, he won a stage. I think this might be his first Tour de France. He won a stage, and now he's in the fucking yellow jersey at the end of stage 10. And he gets a day off tomorrow, the day after the race. So, like, wow. And he's 24 years old, so he's in the white jersey as well. He's in the yellow jersey, and as a result of being the young rider, he's also the in the lead for the young rider contest. So he's wearing the yellow and the white jersey now. The Metallica dude comes rolling in 7 minutes and 43 seconds behind the first place finisher that day. But got blown apart. He was 6 minutes ahead of the yellow jersey until the second to the last hill, and he blew apart. Ended up coming in 7 minutes, 45 minutes late. Or 7 minutes and 45 seconds late. Ben Healy that day, he went from being 10th place in the Tour de France, to yellow jersey at the top by over 10 seconds. So that was fucking crazy to watch. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking mind-blowing shit right there. That's like when, that's like the same kind of shit that, what's his name? The guy from America, Floyd Landis, who won the Tour de France the year after Lance quit. He came back from being, like, he was in the yellow jersey, he fell apart in the mountains, he fell back to like 10th place, then the next day he went from like 10th place back to the yellow jersey. And everybody's like, yo, we gotta check out his pee. You're gonna have to pee in a cup, homie, after that one, just so you know, we're testing you. Then we all know what happened after that. So, but supposedly they're not doping anymore. Dude, the twin brother of Healy, or not Healy, Simon Yates has a twin brother, Adam Yates. He came rolling in later. I don't know what time he got. He's like a middle of the road guy. But he was wearing some really nice Oakley sunglasses, and all the other riders, these in the tour, are wearing these fucking ugly ass, they look like something Rainbow Bright would wear in the 90s, like these fucking ski goggle Oakley things that look like they raided a box of early 1990s Oakley from the Greg LeMond collection back in 1992 or some shit. And people are wearing these things now, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? The 90s called and they want their fucking sunglasses back. Where are you getting these things? But I guess this is like the thing now, to wear these throwbacks to the fucking ugly ass Oakleys from the late 80s. Metallica dude's got him on. He looks like a cross between Metallica and Depeche Mode or something when you put on those fucking goofy ass sunglasses. But Adam Yates rocking some classic Oakleys, look nice. I would wear them. It's like, damn, those are some nice looking sunglasses. And I only noticed because he's the only one wearing some like decent looking sunglasses. Everybody else in this race has got the ugliest fucking sunglasses on earth. And here comes Adam Yates. Probably Adam was like, I'm not wearing any of that fucking bullshit. I'll put on these. Fuck. And I had to look him up. That's how Google is. You can type in his name, Adam. What sunglasses is Adam Yates wearing today? Oh, it's the 2025 Tour de France Sfera Slash from Oakley. They're $318 at Sunglasses Hut. So, people were asking me what sunglasses I wear. I have the Oakley Flak 2.0 sunglasses, so there's your answer if you made it this far. Oakley Flak 2.0. I don't know what lenses they are. They're dark. They're not the prism. They say prism on the lenses, but they're dark. They're not like rainbow colored. Sunglasses are way too overpriced. Way overpriced. They're kind of like designer purses. Like all these designer purses now, like Chanel and Louis Vuitton and all that bullshit. They're not like handcrafted in Italy and all that bullshit anymore. They're handmade by slaves in China now. And so like a Louis Vuitton, a Chanel purse probably costs the Chanel company $25, $50 maybe to make the purse. And they sell it for $5,000 to $10,000 because it has Chanel on the side. They put the buckles on. Like they make the purse in China, and then they send it to Milan so that they can say it was handcrafted in Milan or some shit. But they're putting the fucking logo on and the little clasp and maybe some other little part, like a zipper or something. Like they're not making these in Milan. They're making them in fucking China, in Wuhan. They're not Milan, Wuhan. They're making them there. That's why like a lot of these knockoffs that you see on the black market are pretty much the real thing, because the same factory in China that made all the Chanel bags just made a bunch of extra ones and sold them as knockoffs. The same fucking dude probably sold the Chanel purse that cost you 10 grand as the one being sold on the street corner in New York City for $50. Like, probably made by the same person in China. That's how sunglasses are now. Sunglasses, the store, Sunglasses Hut. Every brand of sunglasses that they sell in Sunglasses Hut, Oakley, Ray-Ban, and all the other big names that I can't even think of, they're all owned. All those sunglasses companies are owned by the Sunglasses Hut store. The corporation that owns that store owns all of those sunglasses brand. They have a sunglasses monopoly. So they've said these sunglasses cost $5 to make a pair. $5-10 to make a pair of sunglasses, maybe less, a couple, $2.50, $3, and they sell them for $300 a pair. I think mine were about $200. I'm not gonna lie. My ex needed a new pair of sunglasses. She rocked Ray-Bans. She had a pair of Ray-Bans for years and years. She didn't even pay full price. She wanted a new pair of glasses. I'm a generous boyfriend, and I was like, I didn't even tell her we were going. We just pulled in. I'm like, I want to stop here for a minute, and I just bought her a new pair of Ray-Bans. But I was like, I want some sunglasses now too. I want Christmas for me too. So I kind of tried on a few pair, and I kind of wanted a nice pair of sunglasses because I go on a lot of road trips, and I don't like wearing sunglasses normally. I don't normally wear them. So but when I'm driving, there's a number of times where I'm driving and I'm like this because I can't see because the sun's in the wrong spot. The visor isn't good. And I don't like wearing sunglasses generally, but I'm like, these would be useful to have. And if I get a really nice pair, they're going to be up in the vehicle, and I'm hardly ever going to wear them. If anything, get a pair for each vehicle, but one is enough for now. And so I bought me a pair because I put on a bunch of different ones. I didn't like them. These ones, the one I wear, I'm like, damn, those don't look bad. And I wear them. But these are one of the random things that I had left when the FBI drove a tank into my house and I lost almost everything. My sunglasses made it back to my possessions. And so I have them. When I was homeless, I had them. I wore them. Because I was outside all the time. And now that I'm biking all the time, I don't have any other sunglasses. I found a couple pair on the side of the road along with my free tools. And they're in really good shape. They're like almost brand new. But they're not nice. And you put them on and they don't block the UV rays or anything. And the one thing about expensive sunglasses is they block the ultraviolet light. They do very well at that. But eye protection goes beyond the sun. Have you ever been smacked in the eyeball by a bumblebee when you're going 40 miles an hour on a bicycle? That shit hurts. So it's good to wear glasses when you're riding your bicycle. I just don't want to wear them big fucking ski goggle Oakleys that look like they were manufactured in 1987 and the hair metal bands were rocking them back in the day. I don't want those. I just want some decent looking shades. So I'm wearing them now. I wear them regularly on my bike rides, and more for eye protection than anything else. And I don't wear them if it's not sunny out, so I could get smacked in the eye. And I do occasionally get hit in the eye with a fucking bug. The only nice thing I can say about a pair of expensive sunglasses is that once you own them, you can replace each individual part on the glasses. So my lenses got a few nicks. I can get lenses on Amazon for $60. I can get genuine Oakley lenses for $60, and I can get knockoff brands for like fucking $25 for a pair of lenses. So I don't have to buy another pair of sunglasses again. I just buy the lenses, they pop out, you pop the new ones in. It takes no time at all. A lot of people I could buy clear lenses, the dark lenses. I could buy like night or like dark lenses that amplify night vision. They have certain lenses that help you see better when it's dark out. They have ski goggles for night skiing versus daytime skiing, versus clear goggles for when it's cloudy and overcast, and dark goggles for when it's sunny out. And then they've got this other stuff, like I was saying, for when you're skiing at night and you've got the artificial light. They got lenses for every condition. And the same thing, you could do the same thing with your sunglasses. You can just, especially these ones, the lenses pop right out and new ones pop right in. Like you can change the lenses on these shades for like in about a minute. Just use something to protect the lens from getting your finger oils and scratched, but you can pop them off and on. The frames, the nose bridge, the temples on the side, you can buy all of those individually for these sunglasses. So if I snap off a temple in a bike crash, but the rest of the thing is fine, I can buy a set of temples, and just for like probably $30-40, I don't know. And I can have brand new sunglasses again, $200 sunglasses. I don't have to pay full price I can have these for the rest of my life unless they get completely hosed. So, in fact, my ex, her Ray-Bans, the Ray-Bans that I was replacing, I could have got lenses for those. Just got new lenses, swapped them out. That they were available on Amazon, and I was probably going to do it, but then I went to prison, so that made it harder to do. The lenses are good on expensive sunglasses, but they shouldn't charge as much as they do. There are other glasses out there. There are sunglasses brands out there that are like independent sunglasses. I can't think of the name, but I was going to buy some because they're like reasonably priced, $60-70 for a really nice pair of sunglasses, because it's not part of the Sunglasses Hut monopoly bullshit like the main brands like Ray-Ban and whatnot, but good high quality sunglasses brands that are independent manufacturers, and they charge, maybe $50 for a really nice pair. We found some nice pairs. We were in the Smoky Mountains and forgot sunglasses. She forgot sunglasses on our trip, and it was driving her nuts. We found a really nice pair of really nice sunglasses at this adventure store for like $50. So if you're not looking for the main name brands like Oakley, Ray-Ban, those are the two. There's others, but those are the two that I always think of. I'm not a sunglasses snob, but quality is, I don't want to wear a cheap ass pair of sunglasses that don't do anything to block the UV light, and your vision looks shitty, like the quality of the plastic. I put on my Oakleys. It's like I'm not wearing any glasses at all. I forget that they're on my head, and everything looks fine. Like, you don't notice that you're wearing something in front of your eyes when you wear a nice pair of glasses like that. But if you wear cheap ones, you see it. You see the glasses in front of your eyes the whole time you're wearing them. And they don't block the UV rays, and they're basically pointless. I originally bought these for driving. And I was kind of like, I wanted to get a cheap ass pair for biking, because biking and hiking and stuff like that. But now I just have them, and I'm like, fuck it, they're my sunglasses, I wear them. So I don't care. I don't care that they cost money, and I should protect them and take care of them and treat them like, they're a tool. They're a tool in my toolbox. You don't get a bunch of snap-on wrenches and then decide to just put them in a case and never use them to turn a bolt. I'm going to use my Craftsman for this because my snap-on, I want to keep those in pristine condition. No, you use them. You buy them to use them. So it's the same thing. And so an hour and 20 minutes has gone by, and that was my commentary. Ben Healy in the yellow jersey before I start watching Stage 11. I've watched a little bit of Stage 11, but Stage 11 is after a rest day. It's another flat one. There's a couple of tiny little hills, some sprint. It's a sprint. It's a sprinter's day in the Tour de France. It's a loop. It's actually a loop race. It starts in the city of Toulouse, goes outside, does a loop, comes back, finish lines in the same town. So that's kind of cool. If you're looking to go watch a day of the Tour de France, that would be a cool day to go watch, because you can like be in the city, watch the riders go by, and then while they're out on the open road, you can go find another place near the finish line and watch them come back. And so you get to see them go by twice. That would be cool. Those are the kinds of things you got to think about when you're planning your Tour de France vacation to follow the race around the country for a month. And if you're rich, like I was saying, you can take a helicopter and you can just bounce around on a helicopter throughout the day and land in different spots when the riders go by, climb back in the helicopter, fly to another spot, land, wait for the bikers to go by again, get back in your helicopter and back. That's what they do. They actually do that. You'll see them on the side of the road. You'll go by and you'll see a farmer's field with a whole bunch of helicopters parked. And then you'll see the bike riders go by, and then you won't see it because the TV cameras are following the cyclists, but all these rich assholes are getting back in their helicopters, and then later on in the race, you'll go by and you'll see a bunch of helicopters parked somewhere else. It's probably the same fucking helicopters that you just saw a couple hours ago. So, but if you're not rich and you're poor, you got to be more creative on how to be on the side of the road to watch the racers go by. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to wrap this video up, say peace out, see what I can get done. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat a salad, see how much of my clothes got dry, and we'll talk again later. Peace.